What's good? How the bloody hell are we, boys? It's winter, Blue Line. It's bloody winter. Let's have a look and see who was first. Who was bloody first? Christian Grey was the first one in the building, along with Zesty Drickers coming in at a nice, close second place. You love to see it, Zesty Drickers.
What? You gay? You are gay.
On your Zesty Drickers. Oh, yep. Spectronometers, teach me how to Dougie. Of course, mate. What happened to the intro? We're not done getting introduced yet. Stay there. I got to get a new microphone. I've dropped the mount. I'm back. Come back for that Thick Theo Von Award. You are, dude. I don't know if you're going to make it. There's been so many good ones. Dougie. Okay. All right. Dougie, what type of haircut? I didn't get a haircut. It's winter. It's bloody winter, mate. My hands are freezing. There's cold, icy rain hitting the balcony window, and I can feel the cold coming through the glass. So it's just bloody cold, mate. I'm just rugging up. I'm just still wearing my work beanie. There you go. You got Gyprock right there. Me plastering beanie. Yeah, I just left my work beanie on because I've had it on all day and it's nice and warm. My work beanie on all day because it's nice and warm. Anyway, that's that. That's why I'm wearing a beanie, because it's bloody cold, mate. It's not winter, you liar. It's summer. No, it is. It's winter. I got time. Beautiful. Don't talk to me about winter. This is England. Yeah, Roberto. True. Us Australians have got nothing to complain about at all when it comes to you English and your winters. Absolutely true, mate. Let's get into the chill time. Lot to do on today's stream. Lot to do, lot to cover. Big news. No, not big news. But we got stuff to do on today's stream, so it's good to see. Can you do an impression of Zesty Dougie trying to convince O'Malley to stroke the pen again? No, Benny. No. Too much zestiness. What's up, Bilal? How are you, dude? I hope you're staying warm. Bloody freezing today, isn't it, mate? Freezing. Dougie, can you re-look at UFC 316? It's kind of awesome. Tons of fights. The top is amazing, but it's super deep. Is it bang, eat chowder? Well, you know what? I'm going to look at UFC 316 right now. I'm going to bring it up on the screen just because you said so. UFC 316 Tapology. Let's bring it up on the screen and go through it and see just how deep it is. Is it balls deep? Is it tip deep? How deep is it? What month is it in Australia? How is it winter? It's the same month as it is for you, Zesty Drickus. And in America, it's getting into winter, and in Australia, it's autumn. I mean, in America, it's getting into summer, and in Australia, it's getting into autumn. Did you finally get the Dark Lord Ben Rothwell's out of your nightmares and get a decent sleep? I finally did get a decent sleep last night. Thank the Lord. What's up, Ben? How are you? Working on a good mini bike video tonight. Nice, Rob's neighbor. Guys, if you're interested in motorbikes and that kind of stuff, into motor mechanics on YouTube, go and check out Rob's neighbor. Go and check out his channel, Rob's neighbor. Here, the link to his channel is in there. If you're a motorbike enthusiast, get over to Rob's neighbor. He's already had 853 subscribers. He's only been on YouTube for a couple of months, and he's fucking killing it. Content like, can this abandoned Yamaha run after half a century? Free Yamaha motorcycles sat there for over 50 plus years. How bad is it? This is great stuff. This is YouTube maximizing. Get into it. Go and check out Rob's neighbor. My God, the chat is just veering away. I have to get into it. Hang on a second. Where are you, Rob's neighbor? Where were you? What's up, Val? Good to see you. What's up, Atomic3301? Good to see everybody here. British winter isn't even that bad. It is literally just rain. Yeah, I mean, it is icy in Melbourne. It does get bloody cold and icy in Melbourne. Dougie, can you do an impression of Zesty Dougie swallowing mouthfuls of warm glue? No, Zesty Drickus. I missed you, Kenny. Why did you leave the Discord? Why indeed? Kenny, come back to the Discord. You're a stud, W stream. You're a stud, Val. W to you, Val. You're a legend, Val. No, you are, Val. No, you are. You're the legend. You're the bloody legend. Aussie winter's got nothing on Canadian winters. I can believe that. But I'm still acclimatized to this winter, and it's quite cold for me. How you doing, bro? I'm good, 3301. I'm fucking freezing, but I'm good. Mixed martial artist was Kenny, and he left the Discord. Yeah, maybe Kenny's back in, though, because a few people have jumped back into the Discord, and Kenny said that he needed to invite his mate into the Discord. So I'm pretty sure Kenny's back in under an alias. Dougie, how's your A? Okay, all right. No, good on you, Rob's neighbor. You're doing YouTube, Rob's neighbor. You're doing YouTube. You're making the content. You're getting the subscribers. You're taking your hobby that you love to do, and you're sharing it and growing a community. And maybe one day you'll get paid a little bit of money to do the things that you like to do anyway. Congrats to you, mate. You're doing YouTube, and it's wonderful. Why is Merab trying his hardest to convince us that he is going to get beaten up by O'Malley? Spectronominous, what's up? Thuggy, how are you? Why is Merab trying his hardest to convince us he is going to get beaten up by O'Malley? I was about to pick him by injury TKO, but now I am not sure. Yeah, it does feel like Merab is just like whatevering this fight. He's not really that into it. I think Sean can get it done, man. I think Sean can get it done. Not reading all that stuff, Zesty Drickus. You gay up the streams and people don't want to listen back to them. You can literally, whether or not I engage with you, Zesty Drickus, depends on the future of this channel, and I am no longer reading out all of your chats, mate. Can you do an impression of Evil Dougie and Zesty Dougie meeting the newest Dougie clone, Winter Dougie, Beanie Dougie? I don't think Beanie Dougie has got a different voice, Ben599. What's going on, possums? Who the fuck is this cunt? Fucking Winter Dougie. Take that fucking beanie off. Fucking get rid of him. Can he come back? You can blame it all on me. There you go, Christian Grey. Garbrandt versus Barcelos. Who are you got? Barcelos. Cody Garbrandt can't win a fight to save his bloody life. What's up, Spectronominous? Thuggy. It's just a beanie, boys. It's just, I know MMA YouTube loves a beanie. What's up, Dig? How are you? But it is just a beanie. It's winter. I bet Sean was scared of letting Izzy near his dog. Yeah, I can't believe that Sean O'Malley let Israel Adesanya onto his farm. All those four-legged animals running around. Fucking Israel Adesanya would have been hard as a tent pole, hard as a half mast, as hard as a barbell pole, bar. You know, penises. Now that Kenny's back, we need Mean Mr. But we do need him back here. We do. I'm picking Merab, obviously, but he's literally telling us he has a broken toe, he's not motivated, and O'Malley will probably stuff the takedown. I know, this is the thing going into the fight, right? Like, Merab's injured. Merab doesn't give a fuck about the fights. Merab's looking past O'Malley. He wants to fight 4 times this year. Sean O'Malley has had his hip surgery, has got Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson in there, giving him training. The fight was close in the first fight. It's not crazy to pick Sean O'Malley. Can you do an impression of Beanie Dougie training in the snow with wise wizard Yuri? Yuri, why the fuck do we have to be out here? It's freezing. This is how we bring the storm. This is the right way to train. Beautiful voice, Dougie. Prime Freddie Mercury. Got nothing on you. Thank you, Christian Grey. I bloody appreciate it, mate. All right, Zesty Trickers. Last night I had a dream that I had to punch on with some 16-year-old Eshe with a knife. It might come true any day now, Bilal's good eye. They've already released the people that did those machete attacks in Victoria. They're already back out on bail. Yep. We live in a hellhole. We live in a communist hellhole. But that's alright. I'm not talking shit about it, Australian government online. I promise I'm not. I'm merely just stating the facts of what's happened. Dougie pretends like Kenny ruins the channel, but everyone got pissed when he left and Dougie got legitimately concerned. I was concerned about his health and his mental fortitude. I was concerned that he was okay and healthy, but I wasn't concerned about him never coming back. In fact, the 2 or 3 days before Kenny left the channel, I was considering banning Kenny, remember? O'Malley by foot stomps. Exactly, UFC casual. It's pretty funny how when I watch your shorts, 90% of the time, it's just me and Mr. Toad questions. Well, you guys ask the best questions. What's up, Blanca? How are you? Like, you guys, much love to Chili, Blanca. I hope you're well, mate. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, although MMA's been dead. Yeah, Christian Great, you and Toad ask the poignant MMA questions, so they're the ones that are good for shorts. Like, what am I meant to do? Read Kenny's questions on shorts? I hope Sean O'Malley wins, but that little orc cunt always finds a way. He does. Even when he's in there against fucking Umar, he still finds a way. Still can't believe Talbot was enough of a can to get 30-26 by old man Barcelos, and people like Bedtime are still trying to convince us that he's good. Yeah! He's just a fun, rangy kickboxer that got put in there with a bunch of cans. Yeah, he's not good. He's not good at MMA off his back. Oh, thank you, Help Me. I really fucking appreciate that, mate. Thank you for becoming a member for 3 months, dude. 3 months of membership. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Enjoy your 2-month badge. I'm sorry that YouTube doesn't let me do 3-month badges. I'd love to make them for you guys. Can you do an impression of Guru trying to steal that beanie? I was trying to steal Dougie's beanie. I can't do an English impression, can I? What's that? Is that a beanie? I'm the only one that can wear a beanie on MMA YouTube. Give it. No, give it. No, give it here. Don't go up the stairs. Don't go up the stairs. Wee, wee, wee. Hey, Dougie, what's up, Super Shotgun? How are you, brother? Hope you're well. Super Shotgun and Nacho always get good questions as well. Yeah, they do. Anyone who asks me a good question that has a little bit of meat to the answer is really good for me making shorts, which I appreciate. Dougie, do an impression of Dougie eating John Jones' load? No, Zesty Drickers. It kind of makes me sad how you don't appreciate Kenny's zany questions. He brings so much humor to the chat. I love him. I'm happy you guys love him. And I'm happy for Kenny to hang around. And I'm happy for you guys to read some of Kenny's chats. But I've got to learn not to read every single one of them because they do slow down the fun of the stream. For people who just want MMA with a bit of banter. Like, I would like to have this channel 90% MMA talk, 70% MMA talk with a bit of banter, but you can't get into Kenny overload because it does go into Kenny Glizzy overdrive. Today I'm older than yesterday. That's true, Blanca. Today you were older than yesterday. All right, good on you, Zesty Drickers. Foreigners doing Scouse accents is the funniest thing. I can't do a dig, but I'll have a go. O'Malley's torn labrum felt like a horrible excuse for an even worse performance. I know, but help me. We've got to cling to these things. Happy birthday to you, Blanca. Happy birthday to you, and so on. We've got to cling to these things. Help me. Otherwise, 316 is the most uninteresting card ever put to paper. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. The most uninteresting card ever put to paper is UFC 318. Aren't we fucking blessed this year to just have so much MMA? Little weird gremlin who only got famous because of his connection. Little weird gremlin who only got famous because of his connections. Little weird gremlin who only got famous because of his connections. Hi, Dougie. What's up, man? I have no idea who the fuck you're talking about, Super Shotgun. I'll try and keep it nice and meaty for you, Dougie. There you go, Bilal's good eye. He bloody gets it, mate. Hey, shout out to me as I inspired the whole video as well. You did, Ben559. That's true. You're the reason we had the impressions video. You will get that award, Zesty Drickers. That is true. It's my birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Kenny is our Michael Jackson of the community. Very true. Just letting you know. No, we appreciate him. We appreciate him. We appreciate him. Okay, all right. All right. Base, but mostly just a creep. Either way, you have many people who love him. Oh, Hasbulla. Yeah, we're going to get to that. So first of all, someone said, have a look at UFC 316 on Tapology. It's actually not that bad. It's a lot deeper than you're going for. It's just top heavy. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Quillan Salkilled versus Yashnil Ajmush. I think Quillan Salkilled just got here, so this is like an Apex 2 sort of a fight. Azmat Mirzakanov versus Brenson Ribeiro. Who the fuck cares? Chaos Williams versus Uros Medic. Chaos Williams is very fun. Uros Medic is Serbian, so I am looking forward to that. Josung Yu versus Jakarta Singar. What is he, right off the fucking fight? I guess he's right off the Japanese show, whatever it's called, Road to UFC. Let me guess. He's just, yep. He's just getting here. First fight in the UFC. Yep. Fucking shocker. Alright, someone else whose first fight is in the fucking UFC. Sergey Spivak versus Wailos Kezacosta will be cancer. Oriana Lipsky versus Kong Wang. WMMA is cancer. Joshua Van, that is a good fight. Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix. Okay, Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland, who's going to quit first. Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer is not that interesting. Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison is dog shit. UFC, I maintain UFC 316 is absolute fucking dog shit. Absolute fucking dog shit. Chaos Williams versus Uros Medic is interesting. Joshua Van versus Bruno Silva is interesting. Batista versus Patchy Mix is mildly interesting. These two fights here, Kelvin Gastelum, Joe Pyfer, Vicente Luque, Kevin Holland, I couldn't give less of a fuck about. Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison literally needs to be the last fight in women's bantamweight history. Shut the division down. Let me catch back up. Merab chucking Nurmagomedov's ass overhead and laughing might be top 5 UFC iconic moment. Oh, yeah, dude. To absolutely embarrass the Nurmagomedov family is hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. God bless Galaxy Gas. God bless the Galaxy Gas, mate. Merab has a weird way of looking dominant while only ever going to 48-47s or 29-28, apart from that yarn fight. Yeah, I know, dude. That's what makes it so weird, isn't it? Like, you know, it's the same way that people were saying the Bilal fight was dominant over Leon Edwards, when it really was a close fight. Like, it is weird how Merab does that. It will look dominant. I think it's because in the rounds that he looks dominant, he looks so fucking dominant. But in the rounds where it's close, people just sort of forget about them. Can you do an impression of mad scientist Corey trying to explain to Bryce Mitchell about water molecules? Okay, here's what we gotta do. First you gotta switch stances. And then when you switch stances, try and just tease a takedown, right? That's what you gotta do. And then you see water molecules, they're made up of tiny little droplets of water that come together as the water in the air starts to solidify. And as the high pressure system raises up, it forces the water chemicals in the air. No, brother. No, not at all, brother. It's here in the Bible. Up in the air is the firmament. God made the waters in one single day. And it gets caught up in the firmament and comes back down to earth. You got to use your discernment. How's it working the lab, Bane? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Joe Piper versus Gastelum is a great fight. Not to me, mate. It's subjective to me, mate. I don't find it that interesting. I lost hype and interest and care for Kelvin Gastelum. Once he pretty much, like, he knows that he is not trying to be an MMA athlete anymore. He just wants to eat tacos and make food videos, which is fine. You can do that. But I can't get excited over a fight with Kelvin Gastelum in it when Kelvin Gastelum doesn't take his career that seriously. I don't know why I should take Kelvin Gastelum's career seriously when he doesn't. That's the problem, help me. Damn, Kenny got 5 for putting the test tubes in the cornhole again. Yep. Piper versus Gastelum is just a one-sided beatdown to promote an industry plan. Exactly. Like, I don't find it that interesting. I don't think Kelvin Gastelum gives a single solitary fuck. And the fact that he had to make weight, what was it, 4 weeks ago? 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago maybe, was UFC Mexico? Maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago? I think he's going to struggle to make weight again. You know? I think he's going to struggle to make weight again. Holland versus Luque is a crazy fight. Luque by anaconda choke. I don't think it is a crazy fight. This is the same thing as well. Like, Kevin Holland doesn't give a fuck about his career. Kevin Holland won his last fight against what's his name. So now Kevin Holland knows that he's got 2 more losses banked on his I have an easy life contract. I don't think Kevin Holland tries. I think Kevin Holland believes as long as he wins 1 out of 3 fights, he can stay in the UFC. That's it. Kevin Holland got his win over fucking Gunnar Nelson. So now Kevin Holland can just tank his next 2 fights. I don't think it's that fucking interesting at all. I don't think UFC 316 is that interesting at all. Now, it's better than UFC 318, help me. For fucking sure it's better than UFC 318, but yeah, I'm not that excited about it, you know? I'm not that excited about it. Yeah. What's up, Prantham? How are you, dude? What's up, Joe Hogan? How are you, brother? Good to see you, man. Dougie wears a tongue one time and turns into guru with all these impressions. I know, dude. I know. I wear a fucking beanie one time and it's Guru City. Can you do an impression of mad scientist Corey trying to teach Bryce about gravity? Okay, buddy, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a little push, and you're going to fall backwards. And that's because the Earth is spinning, and it's pulling you down towards the center of gravity. No, you gots to read the Bible. This is why I don't send my kids to them schools. They're turning all the kids into an army of gays. You got to use discernment. The Lord created the heavens and the earth, and it's the devil pulling you down. You got to use discernment. If Fatty Kevin chins Piper, the salt would be insane. That would save the card, help me. That would save the card. Like, there's things on the card that could make it amazing, which is why I do always say, brother, whenever I say this card is shit on paper, it can turn out to be a great night because MMA is just inherently great by itself. It doesn't need a lot to become great. Can you do an impression of Zesty Drickus doing morning poop after eating 2 pepperoni Papa John pizza last night? Is Zesty Drickus? Oh my lord, that's completely taken over me. Oh, I think it struck a nerve. People forget, man. People forget, man. Dougie, can we do a Merab career watch? I would rather hang myself. Luke A quit against Buckley and Holland quit against Delidza. Exactly, so I'm meant to be excited over 2 fighters that quit. Holland is a wank, mate. He's a certified piss break. I know. So, again, now we've got a certified piss break. And then after that, we've got Salty Man Piper versus a fat Mexican. How am I meant to be excited about this? Help me. You're allowed to be excited about it. That's fine. But I just can't get it up for this, mate. Ian Machado Gary is a marauder. Layla, come in here. Buckley's knocking on the door. I would rather have seen Bo Nickel go down to 170 so I could fight Kevin instead of a tiny peen Piper. I would rather that too, mate. I'd rather that too. Holland getting strangled by anyone slightly better jiu-jitsu than him is hilarious and will never not be funny. That is true. That will be funny. That's what I mean. Help me. It could be okay. Like there are moments knowing MMA and how good MMA just is inherently that it could be okay. But on paper, when I look at UFC 316, I mean, again, I can only say it's so bad, but then again, we have UFC 318, so shit's fucked. I think Bo Nickel should come down to welterweight. He's small for middleweight. He is, mate. He is. What's up, Eric? Good to see you, dude. Hope you're well, mate. Hey, Dougie, what are you doing? Hey, Dougie, how about that guy, Anderson Silva? What a goat. What are you guru maxing, brother? Nacho, you know it's fucking cold today, mate. You live in a colder suburb than I do. It's fucking freezing, bro. How about that guy, Anderson Silva? What a guy. I tell you, what a guy. Holland has the I don't give a fuck attitude ever since MVP made him look stupid and closed him the whole fight. Maybe his ego. Now I got an ego. Maybe his ego was just shattered by Paige and will never recover. I don't think it will ever recover, dude. I don't think it ever will. After that fucking Jackson interview. Dougie, you got to become a fighter. Make fun of you now. You can do it. I can't become a fighter, dude. I'm the same age as CM Punk when he attempted to become a fighter. And that dude had millions of dollars and 2 years of training at the best MMA gym in the world. I can never become a fighter. People forget, man. Where's the shirt at? In the bucket behind me, dude. Can you do an impression of Sewer Rat Bilal and Bryce having a religious debate? Sewer Rat Bilal and Bryce having a religious... You see, brother, you got to read the firmament. No, literally, it's in the Quran. The Quran literally came after the Bible, so you know it's more true. Yes, but we were the ones that wrote the first book. It's pronounced Tukey, not Beanie. It's pronounced Beanie. I meant hello MMA corner. It's just a fucking beanie, Eric. Bo should go up to heavyweight. He should. Guru maxing just a beanie in the cold weather. Hey, Dougie, why are you ignoring me? I wasn't ignoring you at all, Shotgun. I just hadn't gotten to it yet. Brother. But I'm right here. I'm not trying to ignore you. Anderson Silva, what a guy. What a goat. Is he number 2 on the GOAT list? We will have that conversation later this year. Believe that. Bet you're bald, Dana. I'm not bald. I didn't cut my hair. It's just cold. It's just cold today. So my work beanie. Here you go. Gyprock plaster. My work beanie is warm because I've been working in it all day, and I just left it on when I got changed to do the stream. That's all it is. It's raining, it's windy, I'm sitting by a glass window with the ocean air coming in at me. I can feel it through the glass. It's just cold today. That's all it is. Heaven forbid another human being on YouTube wears a beanie. Heaven forbid. We invented those hats to keep you warm. Well, thank you, Canada. Literally the only good thing you've ever done. Imagine if Dougie was bald, he'd look like a white John Anik. True, mate. True. Bald down under. Bald. You're bald now. Bald now. Smelly fingers. Smelly Bilal is coping hard. He is, dude. Smoking Milky Acosta ancestors right now. What? Blue light? What are you talking about, Blue Line? Dougie, when was the last time you gooned to Nina Drama? I've never gooned to Nina Drama. Anderson was kind of a can crusher. No, help me. Stop trying to rile up the chat. What's up, TCW? How are you, dude? Do an impression of Ian Gary getting a sick KO, and it's really cool, but he ruins it with his cringe soy post-fight speech. And that's why I'm the best in the division. And I want to say thank you to my wife, Layla, and the nutritionist Hank Machado Gary for whipping me up those delicious soybeans. We can all do it and save the animals. Impression of Bismillah riding a carpet around Dana's bald head. No. Can you do an impression of mad scientist Corey giving Kevin Holland a time machine so he can be salty in every time period possible? No, Ben 559. I'll do a short version of it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to read The Art of War, read Sun Tzu, and then through reading all these books, we're going to mix in just a little bit of the time machine, and we're going to get it going. Now, Kevin Holland, you can go through all of time and space and get in your ego. Dougie won't stand for any Anderson besmirching. One of the greatest fighters of all time, I tell you. What's up, TCW? How are you, dude? They act like welterweight Buckley is different, but Holland and Chris Curtis, who KO'd him, are both welterweight sized. He just struggles with good boxers who are in their prime. No, he was doing good against Chris Curtis until he wasn't. Now you see the bullshit from Lucas Tracy. You literally can't listen to a Lucas Tracy video after you've taken the reality pill. After you've taken the pre-Reebok pill, you can't listen to Lucas Tracy talk. You can't. You just can't listen to him talk. Anderson is third on the GOAT list. Too many losses at the end of the career hurt his legacy. Yeah, but that means you can't put anyone on the GOAT list until they officially retire, can you? Like, you can't move... Right now, we can't move Volk and Islam Makhachev up the GOAT list. So I think if you're going to say he got too many losses, which you can say that, then you have to say no active fighter can enter the GOAT list. They can only enter the GOAT list once their careers are done, you know? Doing very well. Celebrating my birthday. Happy birthday, Blanca. If you could sleep with Layla, would you blow Ian Gary? What a weird question. Toad, I've said that exact same sentence about 50 times, brother. There you go. There you go. Anderson, DJ, and Aldo were all kind of can crushers. Help me trying to rile up the chat. Anderson is the greatest bald fighter of all time. Robbie Lawler. Anderson got some overrated wins, but Cairns is kind of wild. He got 4 champs, bare minimum, though. And his worst wins are probably Chael, Lieben, Okanami was ranked 5-6, so I won't say him. Yeah, even when we were watching it back, there were some nobodies in there. There were absolutely some nobodies. Only good thing we ever done, we had GSP. You're full of the thing. I got you, Chris. I knew I'd get you with that one, mate. Tuning in right in the middle of Dougie's shrieking impression of Ian Gary with the volume up was unsettling. Sorry, mate. I got to move the mic back a little bit. You good? You good? Poutine? Poutine is just a HSP. We have them here too. I may have pooped a little. Sorry, Larry. Oh, no, that was TCW that I did that to. As I've been saying, Buckley doesn't beat... G'day, mate. Welcome home. As I've been saying, Buckley doesn't beat a top 10 guy below the age of 35, and this includes Jeff Neal, Leon, and Morales. No, Buckley will be champ, mate. Buckley will be the champ. I believe in Buckley. Happy birthday to Blanca. I'm good, man. Just got home from picking my daughter up and finished work for the day. Isn't it wonderful, Nacho, to be able to put our feet up in our warm house? I need to buy a bigger space heater for the winter. Curtis was a big guy waiting for an opening. Buckley could have BSD'd a decision, but he likes to fight and he wants a finish. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Buckley could have finished the fight whenever he wanted to. If you get chinned by Chris Weidman, you get off the GOAT list. Oh, help me as being a savage, mate. Can you do an impression of mad scientist Corey trying to explain to Bryce Mitchell there's no magical creatures in Antarctica? Bryce, you gotta listen to me, man. There's no ice wall. There's nothing over the ice wall. No. I went and I did my own research. You see, I saw this BitChute video that said the dinosaurs are still over the ice wall. You know why humans ain't allowed to travel to Antarctica? It's not because there's literally no reception and you'll fucking freeze to death if you get lost. No, it's because the government's trying to keep us out from over the ice wall so we don't get to the dinosaurs. That's how they keep property prices so high. You got to use discernment. I did my research. I was on BitChute. Impression of Kevin Holland describing a 45-70 to a caveman with a lighter man's skill. What do you mean? No, Dig. Anderson would have killed Lawler in the octagon. Absolutely not. Lawler would have fucking murdered him. Anyone calling Silver a can crusher is a can. There were some nobodies in their shotgun, but not mostly. I would say not mostly a can crusher. Jeff Neal does bad things to the likes of Buckley. No, Buckley steamrolls Neil Johagan. I don't know how anyone could listen to Lucas Tracy anyway. He is very funny. They watch Lucas Tracy. No, Lucas Tracy's funny. I like Lucas Tracy. He's funny, but he's wrong. You know what I mean? He's funny, but he's wrong. Dougie wants to bag Lucas Tracy. No, I'm sorry, Olympic silver medalist is a nobody. Exactly, mate. Bo Nickel is a nobody. You can always move people up and down the GOAT list. It's all subjective anyway. It is true, Chris. It is. Dougie bends over and spreads it for Lucas Tracy. You're gay. The best bald fighter of all time was clearly, in his prime, Rose Namajunas. True. Prime Savage Wanderlei isn't a nobody. That's true. Can you do an impression of 1800s Ian Gary having his house stolen by the British settlers? Layla, get back into the cabin. The redcoats are coming. And while you do it, open up your legs and lie back on the bed. Let's get some mixing going. And for the most part, it's usually your favorite fighters that were successful. True, very true. It's usually your favorite fighters subjectively at the top of the GOAT list. Curtis isn't a big guy. He's literally moving down to welterweight where he belongs. Buckley could have won that fight whenever he wanted, mate. There's nothing over the ice wall, so you admit there's an... Oh, yeah! There's nothing over the ice wall. So you admit it. There's an ice wall. Gotcha. You can't lie to the Lord. Facts, Chris, people forget, man. It's all subjective at the end of the day. I think the top fours are Anderson, GSP, Mighty Mouse Jones. You can move them around depending on what you like. We'll talk about it one day. Yeah, it could be John. No, I don't even know if John Jones is in there anymore. I really don't. Anderson got battered by Cannonier. He's a bum. Wow. Disrespecting the GOAT, Anderson Silva. Can you do an impression of mad scientist Corey trying to explain to Bryce that mermaids aren't real? Bryce, they're seals. Bryce, what you're seeing is seals and dolphins jump in and out of the water. Now, I saw them. Me and Guru was sitting on the jetty. We were talking about the firmament, and I saw the tails jump out of the water on that there horizon, which you might well notice is flat. They were just dolphins. You call it dolphins at the end of your eye. What do you mean Buckley will be a champ? You saying JDM is going to lose it? I mean, once JDM is done and moved up to middleweight to destroy Drickus. Blanca, how old are you turning? Yeah, how old are you turning, Blanca? I fucking hope you're well over 18 being in this chat. Can we please stop pretending Anderson and Aldo at 36 are old? They just ain't that good. Are old and that they just ain't that good. 36 is pretty old for MMA. Your peak usually falls off around 30, 34, 33. 33 is your peak. 34, 35 is when you're starting to fall off. Dougie is bald. Dougie's not bald. Middleweight Robbie Lawler loses to the Spider easily. He was slightly above mid in Strike Force. How fucking dare you, cunt. How dare you. Anderson lost the title at 38. Aldo lost at 28. They're not comparable. Stop trolling. Yeah, help me is trying to rile up the chat. Middleweight, Laurie can have Anderson over Aldo. There you go. Can you do an impression of mad scientist Corey trying to explain to Bryce that he's not an ancient Aryan warrior? Bryce, this isn't the way that the countries are made up anymore. Well, how come they can have their borders down there? Bryce, it's not about having blonde hair or blue eyes. You tell me how come they need a blood test to become a birthright citizen, but we can't have that here. Bryce, we're not getting into this again. I can't have Anderson over Aldo. Ooh, interesting from TCW. Maybe we crack open the GOAT list right now. Anderson in his prime would barely be a top 15, would probably get chinned by MVP at middleweight. No, help me. No, now you are just stirring up the chat. Without bias, who wins, current Volk or Gene Silver? I think current Volk, Crafty vets him in the last few rounds. Silver held his title up till he was 38 years old. All the other pretenders can fuck off, says Super Shotgun. I feel like Corey and Bryce are the perfect comedy pair. They riff so well off one another, like JDM and Eric. Yeah, they do work well together, those two. Those two are two goated characters. GSP and Khabib ran away at 32 in their physical prime. True. Aldo was fighting better guys across the board. Am I supposed to be impressed? Anderson is the greatest fighter of all time. He would kill all of your favorites. Anderson was 44 when he fought Cannonier. You bums. Fucking Shotgun is raging out. Right, to get to, finally, the news of the day, now that everyone has had their say and their jokes, to get to the news of the day. A couple of months ago, Conor McGregor tried to release his own cryptocurrency. And for those of you that were on the stream, I asked a question. And the question was, has Conor McGregor lost his popularity? Has Conor McGregor lost his popularity? Or are crypto scams just not as popular as they used to be? Well, it turns out that Hasbulla has answered that for us. Hasbulla managed to steal over $11 million from his community through his token pre-sale. Conor McGregor was not able to do this. Conor McGregor raised less than... What was it? I think it was less than $7,000. And they literally, they stopped his coin going to market because nobody was interested in it. So now, we can see when it comes to selling tokens of fucking nothing, just based off your popularity, Conor McGregor is leaps and bounds less popular than a midget Hasbulla. If he doesn't have popularity left, I don't know what Conor McGregor has left. Because the whole idea that he can go over to BKFC and it will draw numbers is the idea that Conor McGregor is meant to be somewhat of a celebrity. What's up, Cheddarhead? Good to see you, mate. What's up? No, I don't consider it stealing. I just think it's interesting that Conor McGregor wasn't able to pull this off and Hasbulla was. Ancient Aliens would be a sick show. That would be a sick show, wouldn't it? Anderson barely beat Chael. Oh, the disrespect. The disrespect. DDP didn't lose to Jake Paul in his prime. Whoa. Pics of your cousin, Dougie? No, Nacho, I'm not showing you pics of my cousin. He's not beating anybody. He fought some nobodies. Anderson Silva couldn't beat Chael Sonnen. Anderson Silva barely beat Chael Sonnen. Therefore, Anderson Silva ain't beating anybody. Silva was actually never that good. Anderson got mauled by Chael. This is fucking hilarious. No, just by the way, Super Shotgun, you're getting rage baited, Super Shotgun. Don't fall for it. I love how what we do in MMA is we always pick people's worst performance and then pick who we want to win's best performance. Like we talked about this the other day against Tony Ferguson versus Khabib. You've got to pick Tony Ferguson's best performance. His best performance ever against Khabib's best performance ever. Now picture those two versions of each other on the night and then who wins that fight. So who wins out of Tony Ferguson versus, Anthony Pettis? Great Tony Ferguson fight. And Khabib versus Poirier. That Khabib. Who wins out of those fights? Aldo lied about his age. He was around 34, 35 when he fought Volk. Yeah, Aldo's easily 45 years old. Easily. He had a bad rib injury in the first fight, TCW, and starched him in the rematch. No, they only bring up his worst ones ever. Second match was mostly even, and he notoriously had issues against grapplers. Straight up, Nacho. People really do forget, man. Mine would be number 1, GSP. Number 2, Mighty Mouse. Number 3, Anderson Silva. Number 4, Jose Aldo. Number 5, John Jones. And number 6, DC. I love DC being in your top 5. Well, your top 10, Chris. I think DC gets overlooked way too much, man. Can we even consider it stealing if those idiots who buy those coins have seen this happen like 20 times before? No, Cheddarhead, we can't. I'm just using it as a popularity measure between Conor McGregor and Hasbulla because Conor McGregor wasn't able to do this. Can you do an impression of Islamic Bo Nickel and Surat Bilal investing in Hasbulla's crypto coin? Brother, come here, brother. Yeah, what is it? Literally, what is it? What are we doing here? Brother, we buy Hasbulla coin and then other brothers buy Hasbulla coin and let's go to moon, brother. That's a great idea. We should do that, absolutely. Let's go to moon and then we pull them, brother. Even actual Osaka held him down for 80% of the fight, says TCW. To Anderson Silva praises. The sound people are more likely to invest in each other's crypto coins. Use Humzat for an example. Yes, that's true, Ben, but that still means that there is a larger proportion of people out there, no matter what race they are, that are interested in backing their own. And Conor McGregor can't even get 100 Irishmen to buy his coin. I mean, it depends on the type of audience too. Not really. We're talking about a global audience. The UFC is a global product. Number 7 would be Chuck Liddell, but that's massively biased because he's my first favorite fighter and I actually met him. Yeah, your GOAT list is very, very subjective. I don't mean yours, Chris. I mean everyone's, right? Ngannou's bike versus Bryce's fishing rod. I'd rather hang out with Bryce than, kill someone. Jones lost in Gustafsson 1, lost against Santos, lost against Reyes, rigged fight against Gane. A gimme layup against Stipe, never took a fight on short notice, even scared against the middleweights, and he ducked Francis Ngannou. What's up, Tim? Good to see you, dude. Silva beat the absolute shit out of Chael Sonnen in the second fight. Ran from DC at heavyweight. Ran from Francis at heavyweight. Ran from Tom at heavyweight. Is the biggest proven drug cheat by popping the most times is not only combat sports, but all sports. Hid for 8 hours under a cage from drug testers. Is a criminal who belongs in jail. Is the greatest indictment in MMA in history. And is by far beyond belief. He is not the GOAT and wouldn't be. He is not the GOAT and we shouldn't even be regarded as even in the top 20 in a decade. Pillow hands after that he is. Exactly right, Tim. I couldn't have said it better myself. Couldn't have said it better myself, mate. This is a joke. Yeah, they're trying to roll you up, Super Shotgun. Tony's best was probably the Pettis fight, or Barboza, arguably. Yeah, Pettis or Barboza. Yep. I'm happy with that. Yep. I would say the Pettis fight, but I might just be remembering the look, on Pettis' face when he was like, "Fucking, we're in a fight, boys. We're in a fight." I'm with you. Where the fuck am I in the chat? Here I am. Can you do an impression of Merab trying to convince Bryce? Can you do an impression of Merab trying to convince Bryce that Georgia is a country and not just a state in the USA? But brother, there's a country I come from. It's called Georgia, my home country. Brother, Georgia ain't a country. You got to get yourself educated. It's a state, brother. No, my home country is Georgia. I moved here to become man in America. No, brother, you got to go get yourself some education. Read the Bible. It's in America. Prime Pettis would have given Khabib trouble. No. Tim Dunham dropping facts. No. What? Huh? Yes, Timmy is absolutely dropping facts. That's what he does all over MMA YouTube, and I love it. Silva with a broken rib at 35 years old held off Chael Sonnen. He did. He held off a can. Chael Sonnen is not a can. He is the greatest undefeated mixed martial artist of all time to come second place at everything. Would you say Dustin Poirier is a can, TCW? Then in the rematch, he beat the absolute shit out of Sonnen. He did. Super Shotgun doesn't get that not every fighter has to go out when they absolutely have nothing left anymore at nearly 50. True. I'd pay money to see Conor beat Hasbulla with a giant, comically sized wrench. Only if we dressed up Hasbulla as a cat. Then Conor can do it. The GOAT list is meaningless at all. It doesn't distract from people what an actual impressive win is. Skills and attributes win fights, not resume. Yeah, but resume reflects your ability of skills on the current MMA market, doesn't it, Toadathan? What do you think about that, brother? What do you think about that, Toad? What do you think about that? Dougie likes his women built like DC. You do, Drickus. Trash cans hold cans too. Oh, TCW. He's getting all fucking verbal with it. The way you were talking about it first, thought you meant Hezbollah took down Conor's coin. I was like, damn, what did Conor have to do to Islamic State trying to destroy him? No, I just mean Hezbollah absolutely smoked Conor McGregor's popularity levels in the free exchange of cryptocurrency. And whether or not they're both selling to different audiences doesn't matter. The UFC is selling to different audiences, and it goes to show that Hezbollah can pull more numbers than Conor McGregor can, which means that you could assume within the UFC, within the MMA sports community, the Muslim fan base would get more clicks and eyes on it than the Conor McGregor fan base would. It's commendable, but also pretty dumb for how many losses to people he should never have lost to in his prime. It's commendable, but also pretty dumb for how many losses to people he should have never have lost to in his prime. Who's he, Chris? Fuck, I've lost track of who we're talking about. Sorry, Chris. Let me get back up. That's wild what that freaky little demon spawn did. It is. Just posted a clip in the Discord of some cringy dude telling O'Malley couldn't tap him out in under 30 seconds, and then they grappled. Oh no, how quickly did O'Malley tap him out? If Pereira would have beat Ank, that would have been the most impressive win of his career by far. I completely agree, Toad. He's a 22-year-old man. Hezbollah? Yes, he is. Yes, Hasbulla is 22. Yes. What's up, Pablo? Good to see you, dude. Sorry I didn't see you jump in the stream here. How are you, man? I hope you're well. He gets away with being a little shit because he's deformed inbred creature. Someone needs to stomp him. Whoa, they don't need to stomp on him. But yeah, people can say that he's a little cunt. That's for sure. I meant to say arguably RDR. Oh, right, RDA. Yeah, Pettis or RDA rather than Barboza. Yeah, Pettis or RDA. One of them. Johogan! Dougie, we already went through his career. I know. What the fuck? I know. I'm just letting them, they're rage baiting you, and I'm not getting drawn into it. Well, yeah, but let's say Blue Clues created a coin. Super popular, but nobody would buy the coin, only Disney adults. Because its audience are full of toddlers. Compare some gay liberal kick streamer. That's true, Eric. But we have got crossover audiences. Like Hasbulla has a crossover audience to Conor McGregor. He's part of the MMA community sphere. And I think it goes to prove that there is a bigger eye of the Muslim fan base on MMA right now than there is as a Western eye on Conor McGregor. It's hard to believe people who say they were born... Okay, alright, Zesty Triggers. Fucking hell, mate. You nearly got me with that one. Whoever said Prime Pettis gives Habib's issues is bugging out. Yes. He couldn't keep Guida off him. Yes, I know. That's why I was like... No, that's ridiculous. With less of a following, but its audience is more brain dead, loyal, and his money has to do so. Yeah, so Hasbulla's got... Your argument is Hasbulla has got less of an audience looking at him than Conor McGregor does, but a higher percentage of retards within that audience that will give Hasbulla money for nothing, which is a crypto coin. A crypto coin is nothing. Chaels mid versus Izzy Servant on short note. Chaels made versus Izzy Servant on short at 145. Chaels made, tiny little thing, versus Izzy Servant. Ooh, malnourished little thing. At 145, I'd have to go with Chaels made. She's used to getting beaten around. While Izzy sort of plays with the dog, doesn't really touch the servant. Joe Hogan, you're the GOAT, Joe Hogan. Pettis sub Charles and chinned Wonderboy. He wouldn't give Khabib trouble. No, he would. Pettis is not giving Khabib trouble. No, because Styles perhaps is the worst matchup. He literally couldn't handle pressure fighters or grapplers. If you want a MMA match, Dustin beat him and Khabib beat Dustin. So what are you saying, TC? Like I think the Khabib that beat Dustin and the Tony Ferguson that beat Pettis. So night for night, the Khabib on that night versus the Tony Ferguson on that night that he beat Pettis. I think Tony Ferguson puts up a hell of a fight to Khabib. I think it's a close fucking fight. You're wrong about Pettis. You're just wrong about Pettis is so underrated. Pettis is fairly rated, I would say. Pettis is pretty fairly rated. I mean, he's up there. He's on a lot of people's, what do you reckon, top 30 chat? Anthony Pettis is in the top 30. Yeah, I just feel like the sand people. I just feel like the sand people are more likely to invest in crypto than any other group. It really doesn't prove any popularity. Conor is still a household name. What about a crypto scam from a Westerner? What's up, Western Mass? How are you, brother? Good to see you, dude. Sorry I didn't see you pop in the stream here, mate. How are you, man? Good to see you, dude. Good night, Western Mass. I know you like to listen to this while you sleep. This is the sultry tones of Dougie telling you to go to sleep, Western Mass. You've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, buddy. What about Hasbulla says, trustworthy to all these muzzies? His eyes say it to me. Well, they just, yeah. Hasbulla is the GOAT. You're the GOAT. What's up, Portuguese Herzog? Hasbulla and Hasbulla are not the same, Dougie. Hasbulla and Hasbulla are not the same. They're close enough. They both have the same values. Help me. If you have an actual counterpoint, I'd love to hear it. Pettis is a great top 10 lightweight, but he'd look like shit against Khabib. Yeah, I think Khabib would maul Pettis. Maul him. Can you do an impression of evil Dougie stomping on Hasbulla until he's a flat pancake? Fucking g'day, legends. Where's that fucking little cunt? Get over here, you little fucking... No. Get over here, you little fucking... Take that. Bring the clip up if the chat slows down. I will, Nacho, but I think we're going at full clip till the end of the stream, mate. Remind me about it again tomorrow. Pettis was electric and fun. We really thought he was going to be the new face of MMA after that Benson Henderson off the fence kick. Put him on a fucking Wheaties box. And then Guy lost to Clay Guida in his debut. Yeah, it just goes to show there was always a difference between the UFC and the other fucking scum organizations. Scum they are, I tell you. TCW Triangle Choke. Soy Inbred versus Chad Kelt Sexual Predator. Joe Hogan with the emojis as well. Alright, dude. Do an impression of Hasbulla teaming up with Tiny Ben to infiltrate Dougie's apartment and blow up his computer. We're gonna get up into his apartment building, I reckon we can go and destroy that webcam for the last time. Get on my back, Tiny Hasbulla. Oh no, what's that in the sky? It's Crow Ariel. Higher retards per capita. That does make sense, yeah. People forget, man. Clay Guida solved the Pettis puzzle. Just grapple. Habib would find Maul Islam like he did in training. Islam will always be little bro. Oh, Habib would fucking Maul Islam Makhachev like they did in training. Yeah, so again, if Khabib is mauling Makhachev, Khabib is mauling Pettis, right? Pettis is a top 60, top 160 vaulter. You're not putting Anthony Pettis in the top 30, Cheddar. Man, when we crack open this top 50 list again one day, it's gonna need to be one of those 8-hour streams again. You know, the first time I did that top 50 MMA list, I think it was an 8-hour stream because we were watching a boxing card as well. We were watching a boxing card and we were doing a UFC stream at the same time. It was one of those ones where the card was on at Saudi Arabia in the morning and then went into UFC in the afternoon. It takes so fucking long. Impression of Hasbulla speaking out against the state of Israel. I don't think I will do that, mate. I don't think I will do that on YouTube. I don't think I will be doing that on YouTube. I don't think I will be doing that. Pettis, the Pettis that won the title against Benson could give any lightweight trouble, even Khabib, mate. Silver clears out the retirement home. It's so fucking Anderson Silver is a fucking top 3 goat. Barbaro, thank you for the $2, mate. Pick one number, 0 to 36 or 00. Casino tomorrow. Ooh, 00, mate. If you go into the casino, take your whole dick out and put it on the roulette table. Nothing less than full girth down the center of the table. Thank you for the $2, Barbaro. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Showtime is a top 30 of all in general, but top 10 in coolness. Yeah, in coolness he can be a top 10, but in general I think he's in the top 30. Fantastic impression, Herzog, really. Impression of Hasbulla punching a fighter, but it hurts. So they get pissed and unleash a violent barrage of low kicks on him. Fucking bang! Oh, shit. Yeah, gotta say Pettis could give Khabib trouble, but how much trouble depends on which Khabib. Early Khabib, he would be... Again, when we do these matchups, we gotta say prime for prime. So it's Anthony Pettis, the night that he Showtime kicked What's-His Face, versus the Khabib, the best Khabib we ever saw, which was probably Khabib versus Dustin Poirier. Dougie, now you understand. Now I get it, Shotgun. Now I see the light. Islam's wrestling is good enough to keep it on the feet with Khabib, and he works him on the feet. Khabib is overrated. Yeah, no, that's true. But I think what we said was, if Khabib works Islam over in the grappling, Khabib works Pettis over in the grappling. But you are absolutely right. Islam would probably be able to scramble out, and then once Khabib and Islam are standing, fucking Islam just Muay Thais through the center of him. Muay Thais through the center of his fucking face. Face. Muay Thais through his face. There we go. What's up, OTM? How are you, brother? What's good, OTM Chino? If anyone is able to defend Khabib, yes, Joe Hogan. Yes, Joe Hogan, you see it, you know it, you feel it. If anyone is able to defend Khabib, they beat Khabib. His striking was non-existent. What do you mean, mate? Khabib is one of the fucking best fighters of all time. What are you talking about? How can you say that about Khabib? It's true. Juliana Pena is better striking than Khabib. Khabib's striking is some of the worst in fucking MMA history. Anyone that puts Khabib in their top 10 is retarded. Dougie, who has the best custom shorts? Ooh, El Matador. El Matador. Ilia Tapuria. We have the best custom shorts, help me. We do. Probably Gaethje. I like Gaethje's, but I like everything I own is black. Everything I own is black, so probably Gaethje's. Dougie, who has the best custom short? We just did that one. Nacho, Khabib, little broed, everyone. Yep. The Pettis that fought matchups beat every lightweight in history. Same thing as the casuals say. The Conor that beat Overhand Merchant, Eddie beats everyone. Styles make fights. Well, Conor McGregor can beat Ilia Tapuria. I mean, the Conor McGregor that fought Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier. Who wins? Let's ask the chat. I haven't done a poll all bloody fucking... I haven't done a poll all night. I'm not frozen, mate. I can see the green bars. Holy shit, I am frozen. I'm here, chat. I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm here. I'm here. Chat, I'm here. Don't go anywhere, chat. I'm here. Am I still here? I'm here. I'm here. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Why is my chat still spinning on the screen? Hey, fellas! W frozen strip. Shut up, dickhead. There we go. Unfrozen. Thank you, boys. I don't know what happened. I still had the green bars in front. I still had full internet. I don't fucking know. Maybe it was YouTube this time. I'm starting to heat up now. As the stream goes on longer and longer, more clothes will be detached. Right. Now I've got to scroll back up and find everyone's chats. Everyone stop fucking typing so I can catch up. Stop typing. Yo, Thuggy, how would Benson Henderson... Stop doing that hand movement. How would Benson Henderson do against current top 10 lightweights? Against the current top 10 lightweight? Pretty good. You know, because the current top 10 lightweights are pretty fucking old. Like, you still got Chandler in there. Yo, Spectronymous, I'm reading out your Yo Thuggy one. What's up, MMA Paradox? How are you, brother? Good to see you. I'm trying to catch up on everyone's chats. Everyone stop typing things. Benson would do well because you've got the fucking no skills like Paddy Pimblett. You've got Chandler's in there. You've got Gaethje's in there. Yeah, they'd do pretty good. Do an impression of Dougie posting pics of his cousin in the Discord. No, can't. I think Pettis is underrated, but man, he probably just makes the top 30. Probably just makes the top 30. Chat, shut the fuck up and let me reply to your chats. Shut the fuck up and let me tell you something, chat. Shut the fuck up. I think Pettis is underrated, but he probably just makes the top 30. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when we do the top 30 if Pettis actually makes it in. Back, and I agree with you. The Khabib who beat Dustin versus Tony who beat Pettis is a good fight. Tony has a small sub chance and probably a good chance of a doctor stoppage, but those are his only options. I was just arguing to the Pettis Glazers that Pettis doesn't have a chance in hell. Yeah, he does have a chance, but it's not a lot. And I was in the middle of typing out a poll, but then the chat froze, and I'll get back to it when I catch up. I can see Toad down there. Benson calf kicks him, so I'm going to catch up to Toad first. Dougie, I love you. Just because I do gay comments doesn't mean I'm not listening. I love you too, Zesty Drickers, and just because I don't read all of your comments doesn't mean that I don't care about you being here and being part of the channel. Habib is top 20? Maybe. He's only 16. You could argue already that Ilia Topuria's got a better legacy than Khabib. Like, when you look at Khabib's 16 fights in the UFC versus Ilia Topuria's 16 fights in the UFC, who's fought harder competition? Ilia Topuria fought up a weight class. Already. Ilia Topuria's already got a win up at lightweight. You could have a legit argument over Ilia. I'm not saying that Ilia is better than Khabib. I'm just saying when you take their 16 for 16 and 0, like Ilia's like, you could have an argument about it. Islam, Dagestan, and Mountain Shorts are pretty dope. They were pretty good. But obviously Islam's striking miles ahead of Khabib's. Oh yeah, well ahead. Well ahead. He literally fought a B tier equivalent and got clean the fuck out. Ilia beats Conor. No, Jazago. Good to see you, Jazago. How are you? The beanie made you look like a true Serbian. It did. Holloway is the best custom shorts. Holloway's shorts. The flowers? They're pretty good. Is Thuggy lagging? We're back. We're so back. We're back. Don't leave. Fucking number one bullshit is if I order my camera holder for the food channel right when Canada's postal workers are on strike. Oh, fuck that, Chris. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear it, mate. Unsubscribed. We got ya. Conor lost to fucking Nate Diaz and then had a war with him that was arguably a draw. Prime Conor wasn't that good. He just looked goated against two very specific matchups. Nate Diaz at 170. Very much bigger Nate Diaz than him. Much bigger Nate Diaz than him. I know Nate Diaz usually fought at lightweight, but Nate Diaz, there's no fucking way in hell Nate Diaz was ever making featherweight, no matter how much he starved himself. So Nate Diaz was a lot bigger and rangier than Conor McGregor. But Conor was still a sniper. All of his way up this featherweight run only got tested against a equally sized guy in the Mendez fight when he had a blown out MCL, ACL, whatever it was. His knee was blown out. And he still did well to get back into the fight. And Conor's timing against Eddie Alvarez was fucking immaculate. Hey, fellas. We're back. Top chat? Go to all chat, Dougie. Top chat. Go to all chat. Chat summary. Auto-generated experiment. Quality may vary. No fucking shit, dickhead. Chat summary is what ruined my stream, motherfucker. Unfrozen. We're back. Take your shirt off? No. Stop trying. We love it when you do extra. Stop typing. I knew Dougie was in it. Stop typing so we can catch up. Cool. Check Discord for my YouTube message. YouTube delete it for no reason. I understand. All right, let's have a look at your YouTube message. Larry's right here. Discord's right here. What are we saying, Larry? It better be fucking good, mate, for me to... Where are we at? Why the fuck would YouTube delete this? It's controversial anyway. Ha! Yeah. There's again, YouTube Larry. I'm here. Guys, it literally needs to catch up. Stop interacting in the chat. Chat, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something. Valentina is the best custom shorts by far. They are very, very good. He needs to catch up, guys. Benson, calf kicks. All right, guys, get back into it. I've caught up. Benson, calf kicks. TKO's Patty. People forget, man, he invented the calf kick. No one's ever seen that before. A low calf kick? Can you imagine? John Jones... What's up, Chris? How are you, dude? John Jones developed a spinning wheel kick at 36. Who does that? Prime Clay Guida out-wrestles Khabib. Hot take. Very hot take. Very, very hot take. Hot and wrong. Thank you, Christian Grey. 11 months as a member. Holy shit balls. Craziness, mate. 11 months. Thank you, Joe Hogan. 5 months as a member. It's fucking wild to think how well we have grown the channel. How well. We've got 2,500 subs. I started opening it up for memberships at 500 subs. That's amazing, man. Thank you so much. Conor gets mauled at featherweight by Ilya. At lightweight, he's not proven, but he's not a great matchup. Dustin got Conor to the ground and has a chin and hand power. What's he going to do against the Greco-Roman wrestler? Yeah, but again, TCW, you got to take their best performance. So Ilya Tapuria's best performance is against Max Holloway, where Max Holloway was landing on Ilya Tapuria in the first 2 rounds. He was landing some nice shots on him. Ilya was also having good moments as well, but so was Max. Conor McGregor's best performance is the Eddie Alvarez fight, where he knocked down Eddie Alvarez 3 times in the first round, beat the shit out of him in the second round. So again, you got to... This is what we always do. We always do this together. You and me, TCW, all of MMA. Our mind goes, obviously, Ilya. And then we take Conor McGregor's worst fight. And then we take Ilya Tapuria's best fight. You can pick his Emmett fight if you want. You can pick his Emmett fight if you want. Like the stream, you fuckwits? Please like the stream, you fuckwits. Please. Please. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, mate. Conor never actually lost. He just beat himself. I'm coping. Me too, Joe Hogan. Me too. Who was excited for this weekend's fucking goated main event? I couldn't give a fuck about this weekend's card. I'm sick of hearing about Ilya's alleged amazing ground game we haven't seen in the UFC, so that means it's irrelevant. Said that yesterday, helped me, and I agree with you. Eric just bet my entire fortune on Blanchfield via KO in the first round. Get fucking degenerate with it, gamblers. Conor looked mid most of his fights and then cried about having a busted kneecaps, 2 broken hands and a balloon foot and hyper AIDS from fucking midgets and hyper AIDS. Toad is not a Conor McGregor fan, I can see. The only reason I'll be even entertaining Clay Guida out wrestling Khabib is his Tyson Griffin fight. Might be one of MMA's best displays of wrestling ever. I have zero recollection of that fight whatsoever, TCW. I'll need to watch it. What's up, Chris? How are you? Good. If anyone brings up the Mitchell submission, does that mean Jan Silva has amazing grappling too? Yeah, I know. It's that we hear about this foretold Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and as much as I love to glaze Ilya Tapuria, and I do. Oh, I do, Eric. I love to glaze Ilya Tapuria.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
We've never actually seen this foretold Jiu-Jitsu in high levels. You got taken down by Benson Henderson. Let's make Pabro spend all of his gambling winnings on Blanchfield this weekend. No, don't do that to Pabro. He's a good little Indian boy. We respect Pabro. Ilya submitted Bryce and grappled Yusuf Zalal, but he knocks everyone out, so he hasn't had to show his ground game. That's true, Joe Hogan. That's very true. But still, we act like it's this fucking untouchable grappling. I gotta rewatch the Yusuf Zalal one. What's up, Rainy MMA? How are you, brother? What's good, dude? I'm not Indian. Thought you were Indian, Pabro. I've lost all respect for you, mate. I thought you were Indian. No. What, you just another American? Pfft, dime a dozen, mate. But how many Indians are out there? More. There's more. There's more. I haven't watched it yet. If anybody, I haven't watched it yet. Does anybody know if Vampiric Legs included Duggo in his best-looking MMA YouTubers list? None of this has ever happened, Larry. No one's made a best-looking MMA YouTubers tier list, and I am definitely not in it. I have 2,000 subs. We're not in the game yet. I was your first subscriber, but I was just as humble to say anything about the membership, by the way. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate you. Almost a year. Crazy as shit. I've been here since the beginning, though. You have, Joe Hogan. I know. I do not forget the day one riders. You, Cage, Weston, Cheddarhead, Mo. These were my day oneers. The originals. The OGs of the OGs. Emmett, I think, is his best. Fair enough. Max shits on Eddie! Yeah, I think the Max performance is his best one. 3K subs by December, 100%. I would hope so by December. It's longer and directly the worst possible matchup for Ilya being It's longer and directly the worst possible matchup for Ilya being a power puncher, but so is Conor McGregor on his best night. I might need a huge parlay just to make this weekend's card watchable. Come to my channel, Crisp. We're going to be doing... I don't know. Well, we'll be doing a tier list that makes us argue a lot. It'll be great. TCW is writing Bibles with the worst takes in MMA on the planet. Help Me is really trying to stir the pot, and I like it. Max is a better fighter, though. But again, it's about the performance. Did Ilya have a better performance? I think he had a better performance. I think the Ilya that fought Max was the best we've ever seen him. Fight. Kiss. So, Conor... Where was I? Who just said that? Alright, so Conor looking bad against other fighters doesn't count. Because Eddie overswung, telegraphed, overhands at him, playing perfectly into Conor's game. No, it's not that it doesn't count. It's just... I think it's a much more fair argument to take their best performances ever. But again, like... The methods that Conor used to win the Eddie Alvarez fight is the same methods that Conor used to beat the Mendez, to win the Mendez fight. It was that sharp counter-punching in-out, almost karate-esque style. You know, when he fought Dustin Poirier, he completely changed his style to his boxing stance. Fuck you say my name for... I don't know, Eric. You're at the top of my mind. I think O'Malley is much more serious about the rematch, and I have a feeling that he can find the KO against Merab. Yes, Rainey! Yes! Welcome to the base side of MMA YouTube. Sean O'Malley wins. That's the end of the stream. Yeah, we gotta get out of here. That's the end of the stream. Everyone, Joe Hogan has got the last one in. That's true, but Conor's execution of his counters in that fight was elite. Yeah, Conor's counters are fucking... Real hardcores would have said Brad Katona submitted Bryce Mitchell. Dude, he's shit. That's a hardcore. Joe Hogan's a hardcore. Everyone stop typing. Stop typing. It's the end of the stream. Joe Hogan's got the last one in. Like 3 more, and that's like 3 times more, and that's a frightening thought. Sorry, Chedhead. I'm not sure where you're at. Pabro. I'm not sure where you're at, Chedhead. Sorry, dude. Pabro is going to try and LARP as an American. No, I thought Pabro. It doesn't matter. Griffin versus Clay is on YouTube. It was an exciting fight. Maybe the most active wrestling I've seen besides Armin Gamrot. Yeah, Griffin versus Clay. I've got to say that one. Griffin versus Clay. Let me save that there. Done. Cool. Thank you, TCW. Me! There you are, Weston. One of the day oneers, and I appreciate you. I was a day one, but not a writer because that's gay. Yeah, you would. As our names are all over your Xbox. Your names are on my Xbox. Where's my Xbox? My Xbox is in the living room. Your names are on my Xbox. I'll show it on the stream, on another stream. I remember when the whole chat was mods. Yes, and then people started banning each other, and we had to have a mod purge. Sugar will win a decision based on takedowns. A decision based on takedowns for Sean O'Malley. Portuguese Herzog off the top rope. Wolfpack leader in silence. True Sigma. He wiped them off. No. They're stuck on my Xbox. If my Xbox wasn't in the living room, I'd show you guys. But yeah. You want to see the Xbox now? Vampire Legs did a video of the best looking MMA YouTubers. I didn't watch it because I already know it's Dougie, but his video on the stuff for sale at the YouTube store is on the UFC store is hilarious. You should check it out. I might check it out. There you go. There you go. I didn't wipe off your names. There you go. There you go. You see, Ronan is bald now. No shit. Did he lose a bet? Why? The O'Malley Cope delusion from Merab 2 is both hysterical and astonishing to me. Tim, we need this. We need this. How do you not know who Vampiric Legs is yet? Admittedly, I haven't watched much, but he's like 13k subs. Did a pretty sick tier list of fighter hair transplant. That's fucking hilarious. I just haven't seen it yet, Larry. I don't care about the spelling of any other word that people call Conor with 2 M's. It disgusts me. Well, sorry, Portuguese Herzog. I often misspell it. I think the Ilya who fought Emmett was better since he fought in his field. Completely outclassed him everywhere. Granted, putting Max on ice for the first time is fucking historical for Ilya. Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. Like... But I get what you're saying. Like, they're both... I mean, take both performances, because they're very similar to each other. We're just knocking out Max Holloway's the fucking wow moment. All right. I'm out of here. You didn't fucking donate when this was happening, Eric. Your name's on the t-shirt. You weren't donating for this. This is before you came onto the channel, mate. This is before you came onto the channel. Vampiric Legs UFC store. I'll put it on Discord. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. No, you fucking didn't, dude. Otherwise, your name would have been on here. Because I copied and pasted everyone's names. There's a reason your name is on the t-shirt. Petition to get the first channel membership. Parax on the expo for his birthday tomorrow. Who's signing? Can I have Eric's refund? Eric isn't getting a refund. Oh, shit. The Xbox video came out like a month after I joined him. Did it? Now put Brian Stan in Valhalla? Never. I'm leaving. Goodbye, boys. Video tomorrow on how to save the UFC heavyweight division within 12 months. Stream tomorrow. Everyone have a good night. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a good night in America. Have a good night in Canada. Butter your Pop-Tarts. Have a good Arvo in Australia, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to fucking subscribe to the channel. Tell your mum to subscribe to the channel. Tell your dad to subscribe to the channel. If you meet a girl at the bar, tell her to fucking subscribe to the channel before you even approach her. Don't even say, can I buy you a drink? Just say, can you subscribe to this channel? And then fucking leave her at the bar. Don't even say anything else to her. Just say, oi, subscribe to this channel, and then fucking walk away from her. If you see an old woman getting into a taxi, go, whoa, stop. Have you subscribed to Dougie's Corner yet? And then help her into the taxi. Boys, I'm out here. I'll see you later. Everyone have a good night.